Yeah.
specifically when it comes to ad spend. We've talked about attracting audiences, but what are the barriers that, you work very closely with the radio centre. What are the barriers that they see? What are the arguments that they need to be making to persuade advertisers that they should be maintaining and growing their share of ad spend?
Um, I I think a lot of what dictates, this is going to sound quite odd. I think a lot of what kind of really dictates where ad spend goes um, isn't fully vocalized. I don't think it's wholly conscious. I think there's a lot of stuff that moves the needle on planning decisions and where budget gets allocated, that is kind of like below the surface. I mean, I'll give you one example. I mean, I think radio faces two key strategic issues about improving its share of all ad revenue. And I would say that physics is in favor of radio on this, because if you look at radio's share of media time, it's kind of around the 20% mark, something like that. But here in the UK, we're looking at like a 5% share of ad budget. Now, what I would say is that I don't think it's the laws of physics that's holding radio's share of ad spend back. I think there are other factors and choices that people are making, which are probably deep cultural patterns and habits in the media industry, which we still don't fully understand and we haven't overcome them yet. I think that where I would begin is, first of all, every offline media channel has got a problem when it comes to connecting offline media exposure with online engagement with brands and online browsing activity related to sales and all the stuff that, consumer brands care about. That kind of leads to an attribution culture within a lot of modern media planning, performance channel marketing primarily. And the rules of that game are not dictated by the legacy media channels. They've been dictated by the newer platforms like Meta and Google, for instance.